Now, for our history on bananas. The banana is mentioned for the first time in history in Buddhist text 600 years BC. The banana plant is not a tree, but a giant herb in the same family as lilies, orchids, and palms. There are about 400 varieties of bananas. The word banana is a derivative of the Arabic meaning finger. The banana is nourishing, does not contain fat, and could be eaten at any hour of the day because of its digestive properties. The banana is full of proteins and sugar and gives lots of energy. Moreover, it contains magnesium, iron, selenium, and a lot of vitamins. And it's also recommended for salt-free diets because of its low contents in sodium. So with saying all that, I'm going to introduce you to banana pudding. And now we're going to make the pudding for our banana pudding. So we're going to start off with 2 cups of milk in our saucepan on the stove, 2 eggs, beaten, and a pinch of salt. We're going to start with this first. Now, mind you, we want it to come to a boil. So let's stir that in. Then we're going to add our flour. That was a teaspoon of flour and a cup of sugar. And we just basically want this to come to a boil. And this is how we make pudding, guys. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, what flavor is this pudding gonna be? Well, it's gonna be vanilla pudding because we're gonna put a little vanilla in it when we're done. So basically, we're just gonna let this come to a boil. And you just have to keep stirring because you wanna make sure everything gets blended together. You see some chunks of flour, just kinda work it out. Scrape the sides occasionally. Now after we're done, when this boils, and then we add the vanilla, we have to let it cool for 10 minutes. So while that is boiling, we can start cutting up our bananas. So I would like to use 4 medium-sized bananas. I cut the ends off. Kind of take away some of the strays here. Uh-oh. It smells good. You kind of like do them close together because you don't want them. You don't want to neglect your banana mixture. And as you can see, it's getting thicker. Okay, came to a boil. A little frothy on top. So just gonna add our teaspoon of vanilla. Stir it in. A teaspoon goes a long way. I can smell the vanilla. So now we're going to put it in a bowl. We have to set it in the refrigerator for 10 minutes. So we'll come back in 10 minutes. And in the meantime, we're going to be cutting up our bananas. So just kind of, I like thin slices. Nice sharp knife. You have to work fast because you don't want the bananas to brown. Don't worry. If you think I'm going to cut my finger, I'm a professional. But for all you kids at home, maybe you should go slow. If you see something brown on your banana, just peel it off. Sometimes that happens. Okay. Cleanup is always part of the process. Sometimes we gotta clear our area. So, take our bowl, kind of rinse our hands. And I keep a bowl like this around just in case the vanilla wafers kind of break up, so I can put those on the bottom and keep the nicer ones towards the top. I'm going to show you 2 ways to make banana pudding. First is the way where you make it traditionally in the bowl. And then if you're just kind of making a dessert for 2, we can put it in a margarita glass. Kind of fun. I'll show you how it'll look in a minute. So you just pretty much layer the banana, the wafers, excuse me, in the bottom, and then you layer banana on top. And so I'm going to do both at the same time. Kind of go like this. And I like to stick some up, but I turn it this way, so it kind of looks like that. So the presentation looks, inside you see. Then layer banana. You could try to get 4 layers, maybe just rule of thumb, do 1 banana per layer, something like that. And this way, I'm going to keep layering bananas and vanilla wafers, and I'm going to pour the pudding on top. Now, some people like to do it where they put wafers, then bananas, then pudding, wafers, banana, then pudding. So it just depends on what your preference is. I've done it both ways, so you can decide which one exactly that you like. So this particular time, I'm just going to layer. And I like using clear bowls because you can see how everything comes together. Real neat. So I guess it's been about 5 minutes since we put our pudding in. Our last layer of vanilla wafers. And remember, you can also put some to the side like that for presentation purposes. We didn't have any cracked vanilla wafers, ladies and gentlemen. That's first time in history. All right, so we're all done with that. And voila, you have bananas and vanilla wafers. So when the pudding is ready, we pour it on top, let it chill a little bit, and it'll be fabulous. So now, as I was saying, if you ever want to do 2 for, dessert for 2, you can take this and our finished product and light a candle and voila, dessert for 2. Or if you're taking it to a family gathering, we have dessert for the family. Let's check on our pudding. Looks like our pudding's ready, ladies and gentlemen. And we pour it on top. Voila. Ready. Let's pour it on top of our other little one. Lovely. Now, if you're entertaining for a party or just dinner for 2, you can have margarita glasses and enjoy your evening. So there you have it, guys. Any way you want to make banana pudding, it could be done. Whether you want to do it traditional way, or you want to entertain at a party, or have a romantic dinner for two. Thank you for joining us today.